What's up, guys? Cruz Epoxy Creations here. Come with me on a little journey today as I take these pieces and turn it in to one of these, minus the bottom. This is one I had done. Some things just didn't work out with the interior of it, so I threw this piece of teak in the bottom. Right now, this is zebra wood and teak on the outside with a teak and black walnut, chunk off black walnut centerpiece. Was going to be a pizza cutting tray, but didn't work out. It's all right though. I was able to use it for a different project that my wife loves and appreciates. So to start this project, I had a piece of 4/4, which is 3/4 inches thick by 3.5. So 4/4 by 4 is the technical term that you would use if you're buying the lumber from the store. In my case, I ripped it up on the table saw on the ground here. Sorry, it's slummy Saturdays for me, so I'm working in sweatpants. So to start, you take your 4/4 by 4 and you get a jig set up on your chop saw. So this one, I have it from my zero, my 90-degree straight cut that I'm gonna make on my saw. From here, I am 5 1/8 from my blade to my stop point. So once you get that set up, you're gonna go ahead and get it set to a 30-degree angle on the chop saw. Sorry, I got a bit of a messy shop. Then you're gonna take your square edge. Let me just see if I got something. I'll just show you on this 2x4. So you'll take your square edge and you'll start and you'll find your long point on this very outside edge. So you can just set it. So that gives you that 30-degree angle to start. After that point, you're going to just turn your long point towards the back fence of your saw and you're going to butt it into your stopper. Then see, now that gives you with the pieces that we're going to be using to make our octagonal shelving. Then once you're done with that, you just flip it so your long point is back towards your fence again and butt it into your block until you have 6 pieces. I've got teak and zebra wood for mine. Just give you a kind of a little close-up look. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mimic this last one I did, which I went alternating woods. So I have zebra wood, I have teak. I have zebra wood, I have teak. You need a total of 6 pieces. And you can do this without any of those fancy ratchet clamp systems. If you have a ratchet strap, you don't even need the cranker part. If you just have the strap itself with the hook, you're good to go. All you need for this is a chop saw. You can deal with a miter saw too. I don't know how, or a hand saw. I don't know how good the cuts are going to be. You need some wood glue. For me, I like using this Gorilla Wood glue. It bonds quick. It's a pretty strong applicator, in my opinion. And then sometimes, if you want, I like to use this Loctite Super Gel Super Glue. Just I put it in between some of my wood glue as I attach it. And then, yeah, just a danged old ratchet strap, stankin', just the strap itself. You don't even need the ratchet. So, where's this one got a knot in it? Don't mind me real quick. I will do, come on. Sorry, I don't have any of my smaller straps in the shop with me right now. A lot of times you want to have a nice clean shop work area, which as you can tell, mine is spotless. I'm going to go ahead and turn this camera angle real quick. So adjust it a little better to where we're working at. So what you're going to do is you're going to just take your 3 of each, okay? zebra wood, teak. You can use whatever kind of wood you want. This is, you know, really a personal preference kind of deal. So you just get them set up. You can kind of come through on some of these cuts. You'll get kind of some furs, some little furries hanging out there, little burrs. You can just come through with a piece of sandpaper. This is off my sander. I just clean up those edges. Little nasties right there. You're just going to kind of clean those edges up a little bit. And you can fine-tune sand this before, or you can do it after. It's really personal preference on what you want. So you're just going to come through, just give you kind of a visual of what this is looking like. You know, bop, bop, bop. And shabbat. Just like that, we've got our shelf design ready. So at this point, all we have to do is glue up, set it with our tie strap, and we're good to go. So we'll go ahead and do that now. One way you can do that is just lay them all back. Now some people might say it's a bit of over gluing, but me and my personal preference, I would rather apply too much and have to clean up a little bit of extra than not enough. You know, and have something unfortunate happen. So I've got glue on both sides. It's just going to come through, spread that around. We'll do that on each piece now. Just get a nice solid coating on each side of that. Just help it tie it all together. I believe this work time with this Gorilla Glue is like 20 or 30 minutes before it really starts to harden. And that's kind of why I like it. It's not a super short work time, but it's fairly quick to where I can glue stuff up, start doing something else, and then, you know, come back within the day and start working on the project that I was on. So a little bit of schmutz there. So I've got all that glued up, and I'm going to go ahead and just take this. Now the trick with our strap is you have the eyelet. You're just going to run this through that eyelet. So just running it through right here, right? To your left. With that, what you're going to do is try and keep it as centered as possible up on our board. And you're just going to tighten it on itself, pulling it back around. As you can tell, I'm pinching my line still, making sure that I've got that tension I've been applying. And you can wrap this around a couple times. You know, whatever you see fit with what you're working with. And then I've just got a little gap in the line here. So I'm just going to take this excess, just feed it through right here. Just like that. You can come back, kind of fine tune all your angles. Make sure everything's working out the way you want it to. Clean up some of this excess glue on our inside joints. You can wipe it off with a rag, paper towel, or you can use your fingers like I do. So then, there we go. That's all you've got to do. And as you can tell, I've just got it looped through itself, tightened there. It's not cranked heavily, but it's going to give this plenty of tension to keep our joints, our joints tight, and make sure that we're getting good bonding on everything, that everything is going to come out nice and clean. So there you go, nice and simple. After that, All you need to do is do touch-up sanding on it. If you didn't do that before, put your finish on. What I recommend for something like this is the Feed and Wax. Howard's Feed and Wax. It's not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by anybody. But the beeswax and orange oil smells great, and it brings out a lot of beautiful natural grain color. An example I can show you is I used it on this. So what this is just a hair styling accessory holder. You've got a 2.25 inch hole for a blow dryer. You have an 1.25 inch hole that can be used either for a curling iron, small curling iron, a curling wand, or hairbrush. And these 1 1/8 by 1.5 inch slots for a flattener. On the front, these were still curing, sorry, so I didn't have a chance to install them yet. But for Model 1, my fronts are going to have hooks, and these will go here, 2 in the middle, you know, 1 on each side and 2 in the middle. And what that offers is the availability for hair ties, things of that nature. You can hook the cords on them so they're not dangling everywhere. And this model, I have just a simple picture hooker that's inset into the back, so you have a nice flush mounting surface. Model 2 is going to have 2 hooks on the back, possibly 1 up, 1 down, or 2 across the back. And I will also on that model have a dowel. I'm deciding between maple or something along that lines, maple or ash. Dowel on the front, 2 hook hair clips, clippy ones, and other things along that nature as well. So stay tuned. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button, and stay tuned for new videos coming up. Have a good one.